Alrighty, y'all. So today on the first five, I have a treat for you. We are talking about the most famous macromolecule with carbohydrates. So let's get cracking. All right, with every one of these macros, we are concerned with three different things. We want to know what it is made of, what its function is, and some examples that we can try to remember. All right, so since you guys are pretty familiar with carbs, give me an example of a carb. All right, I feel like you're probably saying soda, you're probably saying bread, you're probably saying pasta, and you, my friends, are right. But let's talk about it on a chemical level, on a very microscopic level. All right, so sugars are going to be broken down into the monomer, and the monomer, if you remember, are the building blocks, those things that we piece together to form our big chains that we consume as, I don't know, let's say pasta, because I really like pasta, but the actual monomers and the building blocks as we start building them are all going to end in OSE. So when you look at, let's say, cereal, you're going to be looking for OSE words if you're trying to see if there are extra sugars added. All right, so let's go through the things that we need to know about carbs. All right, what it's made of. So carbs are made of carbohydrate, or carbs are carbohydrates, which are carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, and they're always going to be in a 1 to 2 to 1 ratio. So you guys are probably familiar with hearing the term glucose. All right, glucose is C6H12O6. So following the 1 to 2 to 1 ratio. All right, all of those glucoses are going to be put together to join using those covalent bonds to make stronger chains and longer chains of carbohydrates. So that's where you hear the term simple sugars being ones that are going to go through your body a lot faster, and then complex sugars such as your starches, your french fries, your breads, your pastas, your things like that. Those are going to take longer for your body to break down. Why? Because they're really, 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 really long chains of glucose that your body has to break down. Okay, so second thing that we want to know, what is the function? What do they do? Why do we have to have them? And that answer is extremely simple. We have to have energy. We have to get up. We have to move around. Our body has to go through a bunch of processes. So, my pals, we have to have carbs. So, with that being said, can we go on a diet that we do not consume any carbohydrates? No, no, we can't. So that begs the question with the Atkins diet, y'all look it up, the Atkins diet. Can we survive on a no carb diet? Yeah, going to be very difficult. All right, so now let's talk about when we start putting those things together. So we have gone from a monosaccharide of glucose. We're starting to piece them together. We have two of them together, and that is going to be called a disaccharide because di, and bi stand for two. Okay, so it's going to be a double sugar. Well, then we get and we put a bunch of those together to form some pasta. Then we've got polysaccharides because poly means many. Okay, so if we're talking about our French fries from McDonald's, that is going to be a polysaccharide. It is going to take your body quite a long time to break it down, which begs the question of why we don't eat carbohydrates, especially very complex carbs, late at night. Once our body starts going through that detox and we're wanting to sleep and our body wants to rejuvenate for the next day, is it going to continue to break those things down? Not as fast as it should. And that is where you start packing on the pounds. Okay, now our third thing that we want to know would be some examples. We already have our food examples, but in biology, we're also going to add glycogen, which is going to be found in any animal cell. We're going to find cellulose that is going to be found in any plant cell. And then we're also going to find chitin that is found a lot in fungi and also found in some animals. Anything that would have an exoskeleton, anything buggy, would have chitin in it. And that is chitin, not chitin or chitin. Okay, so now we have pretty well covered our carbs in a first five. So if you guys have questions on that, then definitely let me know. Otherwise, I will catch you on the flip side. Peace out, y'all. Bye.